going on, Bulls fans? Welcome into the Bulls Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, we'll be diving into a two-round 2025 NBA mock draft for your Chicago Bulls. They hold pick number 12 and 45 on the draft this Wednesday and Thursday, so we go over both selections that I am making for your favorite basketball team. But before we do so, we are going to be going live here on the channel for the 2025 NBA draft, so make sure you guys are subscribed. Probably going live about 30 minutes or an hour before the first pick is made by the Dallas Mavericks. So if you guys want to help us grow this channel and do not miss a thing around your Chicago Bulls, hit that subscribe button today. Let's dive into this mock draft. So I think the first 10 picks here are, I don't want to say they're kind of getting etched in right now, but this is how I'd anticipate the draft going. Now, I think Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, those two are a lock to go number 1 and number 2 this year in the draft. But I think the draft does start at pick number 3, but it is seeming more likely that the Sixers go in the route of VJ Edgecombe. And then I got Con Kneppel going number 4 to the Charlotte Hornets. I actually like that fit next to Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. And then Utah Jazz, they need more scoring at that guard position, so they go Trey Johnson. Then Ace Bailey does fall to pick number 6, but I think that's about as far as he will fall. So I got him going to Washington. They got Jeremiah Fears, Malwatch, Noah Senge, and then number 10, now with the Phoenix Suns selecting that spot, we'll have them going the 3-and-D player out of Arizona, Carter Bryant. Then pick number 11, the Portland Trailblazers actually take a man in Illinois, Kasparis Yakachonis. But then that leaves the Bulls. Pick number 12, and they're going to go with Derik Queen, Maryland center. Now, it really, really does seem like every mock draft you dive into, whether it's CBS, Yahoo Sports, ESPN, it seems like all of them are having the Bulls take Derik Queen, and it does make a lot of sense because that is a huge position of need with the Bulls not really having a plan at the center spot following Nikola Vucevic. Now, they brought in Jalen Smith last year during free agency, hoping that he could kind of man that ship at the center position, but that didn't end up working out. Now you got a guy like Derik Queen, an extremely, extremely skilled big man, still very, very young, and he had an awesome year this past year at Maryland, and we all know that game winner he hit during March Madness, fading away off his right foot on the left side. That was a fantastic move, really showed off the skill level that he has for being as big as he is, but still averaging just over 16 points per game, 9 rebounds, 1.9 assists, 1.1 blocks per game, and he was very efficient from the field. And it's really starting to seem like Queen will end up being a Bull. I think they're going to go either a 3-and-D forward or just take one of the centers there, whether that's Malwatch, Sorber, or obviously Derik Queen. But I am a massive fan of this guy's game. I understand when he went to the scouting combine, he didn't perform athletically as well as people would have hoped. But again, heading into that, people didn't view him as like a crazy vertical athlete. It was just even worse than people imagined. But still, when he tossed on that tape, he has pretty much everything you want out of a big man. Now, yes, he's not the vertical athlete that you would want. He's not that, Clint Capella type of build where he's blocking shots and he's a rim threat. He's more of in that Alperen Şengün, Nikola Jokic style of center. And the things I love about him here, I love his offensive game. Like, he's a very physical player. Like, if he gets a smaller guard on him, he is dropping that hip and he's just going straight up. He really wastes no movements, which I think is huge, especially when evaluating younger big guys because they can kind of play with their foot a little bit on the low block. He does not do that. He's turning that hip, just getting to either jump hook, and he can hit both those at an elite level. And you guys saw, he averaged 1.9 assists per game this past season at Maryland. I think that's going to be a whole lot more in the NBA. The floor is spaced a lot better, and plus him working at that top of the key with dribble handoffs, him maybe attacking 4-on-3 if they blitz the ball or a ball handler, like he can really excel at that style of play. And like I mentioned, he's got great touch around the rim. He's got those push shots. You guys watch the NBA Finals. Isaiah Hartenstein, he's got that great push shot from the dotted line. Derik Queen has that in his bag. Now, yes, he does have limitations as a defender. He's not a vertical athlete. He's not going to be blocking a lot of shots at the NBA, but I still feel like he is a smart enough defender where he could put himself in a position to at least just make the contest at least a serviceable one. But he does struggle versus fast guards. Like a bunch of times at Maryland, he would get switched out there on an island, and a faster, more athletic guard could just beat him off the dribble. Now, could he develop that when it comes with age? Definitely. But I think either of these three guys would be a great fit for the Bulls. Like Malwatch would be, technically my dream. I just feel like that has no chance of going down. Now, maybe if a team who is drafting a center in the top 10, they like Queen more than Malwatch, then maybe he falls to pick number 12. But let's just say both these guys are off the board. I wouldn't hate Thomas Sorber at that spot either. Now, yes, drafting him at pick number 12 would be a little rich. He's supposed to go into that 14 to 22 range, so you would be reaching a little bit with Sorber, but I still think just that position of need value that the Bulls have at that center spot would make either three of these guys, in my opinion, at least a home run pick for the Chicago Bulls. But I'll ask you guys this. Should the Bulls draft Derik Queen? I know a lot of people compare him to like DJ Burns of NC State, that run he had 2 March Madnesses ago, but I'm a fan of his game. I think he'll end up working out the next level, but you guys let me know. Should the Bulls draft Derik Queen? Give me a D for draft or give me a P for pass. Let me know your thoughts down below. Now we'll dive into the second round pick I had for the Chicago Bulls here in a second, but before we do so, if you guys want to get a Chicago Bulls draft hat today, hit that link, chatsports.com/Bulls draft. I actually think they're super fresh this season. I love the text they're using on the hat. So if you guys want to click, get one of these, just click that link, chatsports.com/Bulls draft. Now in round 2, pick number 45, I got the Bulls drafting Duke guard forward hybrid Sion James. Now, it's funny, when I was watching Duke earlier on this season, I was a massive fan of this guy's game. Like, I thought he was going to translate to the NBA very, very well. He's very physical. He's got just a super condensed build where you guys kind of see him right now on screen. Like, his arms are massive. He's got massive legs as well. He's also a dead-eye shooter. And he actually performed pretty well at the combine, coming in at 6'4.5", 217 pounds. Did have a wingspan about 6'6.5", and he also had a max vert of 39.5 inches. So he is an athlete, a very physical player. I mean, he's built like an NFL running back at 6'4", 220 pounds almost. And I do think he would offer the Bulls something that they don't have. And, even though I do think Io is a tremendous defender. You guys know how big of a fan I am of Io's game. I think he's going to be one of the 2 guys on this Bulls team this offseason where I would consider them, untouchable, him and Buzelis. But to get another guard in there who's a dead-eye three-point shooter who can also guard at an extremely high level and also bring some physicality to that backcourt, I think it'd be a great just kind of chance you're taking on a guy in a second round. And he is an older prospect. Now, his first 3 seasons, he was at Tulane, but you guys really see the three-point percentage jump he had from his sophomore to junior year is what I love. He's got a super consistent jumper where he gets the same release point every single time. He also does a good job of just finding the open areas. When his point guard's driving, for example, he can flood to that open spot and just get a nice shot up. But this season for Duke, he was awesome, man. 8.6 points per game, 4.2 boards, shooting very efficient from the field, and he was a sniper from beyond the arc, 41.3%. And I'm a massive fan of Sion James. I think this would be a home run pick in round 2, and I do think he could be a solid role player for this Bulls young core. Now, if you are just saying, okay, who are the guys you could build around? I will include Josh Giddey in this list, but if it's like Giddey, Io, Buzelis, and then if you just throw Sion James, being that guy you can kind of slot in as a 7th, 8th guy off the bench, I think that's a high-end guy because we're also seeing, you watch the NBA Finals, all of these guards that are playing are physical guards. You really don't see these lanky, athletes at the guard position anymore. You see, the Matherins, you see the Neesmiths, who Sion James, you want a quick comparison, he does kind of remind me of Aaron Neesmith. He is not the shooter that Neesmith was coming out, but in terms of being a physical guard who just plays the game the right way, he's not going to do too much, he's not going to do too little. That is Sion James. And, it all gets back to what's going to happen with Kobe White. I would love this pick even more if the Bulls have already, decided to trade away Kobe White, which also that could happen here, within the next couple of hours in terms of a Kobe White trade. But we also will talk about on a future video about a report coming in from Locked On Bulls that apparently the Bulls turned down 2 first-rounders and Jonathan Isaac for Kobe White. If that report is true, I think that is absolutely ludicrous. But a big question mark, what will happen with Kobe White? I'm going to probably lean he gets traded, but again, this Bulls front office is extremely stubborn, so unless they get an offer that they're blown away by, I really don't know what's going to happen. But in terms of this mock draft for the Bulls, how would you grade it? I think this would be an A draft. If you could somehow walk away with Derik Queen, a massive position need for the Bulls at the center spot, and also extremely skilled big, and then also getting a guard off the bench who can do a number of different things very well, just shoot the ball and guard. That's what Sion James is. I think this would be a home run draft. But you guys grade it for me, A, B, C, D, or F, down below in the comments section. Now, friendly reminder, hit that subscribe button on your way out. We will be going live for the NBA draft here this Wednesday, so tune in for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully the Bulls don't mess this up. But we'll see you guys next time. As always, go Bulls.